Hi guys, and welcome back to Helltaker, the second circle. The last time, we took Cerberus out for a walk in the park. And after that, we played Smash with Malina. Now, I know that wasn't the game we played together, but I'm trying to say is, it was game night in her route. But today, we're going to take on Zdrada and Azazel. So with that said, let's see what the demon has in store for me. Okay. Zdrada stands on the porch, smoking a cigarette from her seemingly never-ending supply. Indolently, she exhales a great cloud of smoke, letting it disperse before acknowledging your presence. Oh god, what voice did I give her again? I think it was like Rose from Monsters Inc. Hey there, Taker. How's it hanging? Oh yeah, it was that. I remember. Quite well. Would you mind explaining why you haven't collected the garbage yet? Because I didn't want to? Who do you think I am? The currently a spoiled child. Me? A child? I'm not the one that sits around playing video games all day, or shits on the neighbor's lawn when they won't let her play with her cat. You really had to go there with the sitting around playing video games all day part, huh? And yet here you are, who consistently refuses to do the most basic of chores. Shh. If you want to ride someone's ass that badly, go talk to Morias. I'm sure she'd be down for it. Actually, she would be. She would be. This is not negotiable, unless you're willing to sacrifice your pancake privileges. Hey, shit taker, I've got a better idea. How about instead of making me take out the trash, you just take me out instead? Unless you're misreading the situation, Zdrada actually wants to go out on a date? Nothing good could possibly come of this. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, alright, just no thought whatsoever. Okay, Taker, okay. Nice. I get to pick the date site, right? Absolutely not. Now, if you don't mind, I've got your job to do. Okay, one garbage cleaning later. So, Taker, where are we heading? I know of a good smoker's bar nearby. Up for a little smoke and choke? I guess that's your way of, Netflix and chill, huh? Can't. Last time we went there, you got thrown out for playing knifey figure with the regulars. Oh god, no. Not the knife game, please. Thinking about it even now still makes me cringe and clench my butt cheeks. You do know the object of that game is to avoid cutting yourself, right? Yeah, but I had a long day. I wasn't up for blue-balling myself just to win a game. That's more Malinka shit. You worry me, as well as everyone else watching this now. Despite her provocative attitude, Zdrada's company isn't entirely unpleasant. As you walk down the street, your conversation is anything but banal. What the hell does that mean? Banal. What is that word? Zdrada seems to delight in taking life itself down a peg, and anything in her vicinity she can't roast verbally, you have to step in to prevent her from roasting literally. Finally, you arrive at your destination. Oh, a greenhouse. Interesting. Well, here we are. Really? But this looks like a greenhouse. A fucking greenhouse. What's wrong with a greenhouse? I mean, look at all these abundance of flowers and plants here. Hell, we might even find a bit of your good stuff, if you know what I mean. You were the person who was so eager to neglect her job. Now you get to help me with mine. Lucifer's been complaining about the decor in the house and has asked me to pick out something colorful to brighten up the place. But does it have to be plants? If you give me some time, I could get you a nice goat. Properly arranged, those little bastards could really color the place up. Like, literal goats? Sorry, but not at my house. You really don't want to know what she's talking about. It's just literal goats. Don't think too hard on it, man. We're sticking with plants for now. Probably something easy to take care of, like an arborvitae or a hedera helix. I have no idea what kind of plants those are. Hell, I even went to some college class where I did some research on a variety of plants. Fine, but after this, you and me are hitting the town proper. You hear? Bored, Zdrada wanders off between the rows, aggressively belching clouds of smog in the faces of helpless shoppers that stray close to her. Come on, Zdrada. Come on, show some decency, even if you are a bitch. You content yourself with examining the ferns until, oh god. Hey, Taker! You gotta check this shit out. Turning, you see Zdrada aggressively brandishing a small cactus at you. What's the matter? You didn't tell me you had plants like this in the mortal world. It's just a cactus. You don't have them in hell? I mean, I don't really think there are that kind of plants in hell to begin with. Nah, the ones we have in hell are fucking massive and covered in hollow needles that stab your body and suck out your... I think I get the picture, but what's with the enthusiasm? I didn't have you pinned as a botanist. As if. You're telling me you don't see the bedroom applications of this little sucker? To be honest, you're kind of glad you never considered it. And you certainly can't wait to never consider it again as soon as possible. Actually, now that I think about it, if those kinds of cactuses did exist in hell, I'm sure glad I never encountered them in the main game. Well, if you're interested in taking care of it, and promise not to bring it anywhere near the bed, I suppose you can have it. She wrinkles up her nose in disgust. Me? Take care of it? Hard pass on that front. So then, why excited about it? Better put it back then. The demon girl once more retreats into the depths of the store, muttering obscenities and curses under her breath, as well as continuing to smoke, You return to browsing, and eventually call over an attendant to press for questions. Hello, sir. How can I help you? I'm looking for something hardy, a plant that can survive multiple attempts on its life, preferably fire and dog-proof. And if it can survive being fed on cheap vodka, that's also a plus. Wait. Okay, Malina, yeah. Before the attendant can answer, the automatic sprinklers lighting up the roof of the greenhouse kick in. Oh god, I think I know why. Spraying you and the attendant with icy water. The billowing black smoke of burnt vegetation spews forth, from one of the far aisles as orange-red flames look over one of the far display tables. Oh god, why is it speeding up? Why is that sound speeding up? From out of nowhere, Zdrada appears beside you, tugging at your arm. Huh, I wonder why. Man, such a shame about this place. It had such nice, vines. But we should probably leave, no? You and I are going to have a talk about this later. Well, now that that's over and done with, you still up for going out on the town? I suppose so. What's it to be? Why, Taker, I'm so glad you asked. Not me with that look you're giving. What follows is a series of entirely unique yet equally horrifying social indiscretions. By day's end, you have broken both your records of most bars visited in one day, and most bars forcibly evicted from in the same day. Oh god, this woman, probably a much bigger piece of work than, let's say, I don't know, Cerberus. The two of you stumble back to the house at an ungodly hour to find only one of its residents still up and active. Oh, the sister. Malina sits in a darkened living room, heavy-lidded eyes lit only by the blue light emanating from the game consoles she glued herself to. You know, Malinka, you really shouldn't be up this late. All this blue light ill, make your tits go flat. What? Malina sighs in exasperation and pauses her game, turning to face her sister. Taking a swig from the paper-wrapped bottle beside her, she steadies herself. Oh, this should be an interesting conversation. You got something to say, Zdrada? Say it before you pass out in a puddle of your own sick. Hey Malinka, check this shit I picked up for you in town. From seemingly nowhere, Zdrada produces the small cactus from earlier and lobs it underarm to Malinka, who barely manages to catch it in time. Careful, the little bastard's almost as prickly as you are. I figured you'd be a perfect match for each other, seeing as the rest of us are out living large and taking charge, while you're sitting here, dry as a desert. Yeah, especially with the cactus now. Ugh, go back to hell and leave me in peace. Malina chucks the cactus into the empty trash bin, where the container shatters, sending stray clouds of dirt and shards of pottery flying. Hey, what the fuck? I lifted that thing for you. And it wasn't really cheap. Cry me a river. Zdrada grimaces and turns away, kicking back opening the door as she returns to her bungalow. You can hear her clicking her fingers as she goes, attempting to conjure a light for a new cigarette. You hope she will burn the ramshackle building down, but are far too gone yourself to do anything about it. You leave Malina to her games and slouch upstairs to bed. Wow! Okay. So, that was an eventful date with Zdrada. Okay, honestly, I'm just gonna say this right now. That date with you, Zdrada, totally not how I expected it to be. I mean, considering that you almost burned down an entire greenhouse, maybe that part I should have expected, with you continuously smoking throughout the date. But, okay, sure, that was quite eventful. But now, let's see what Azazel can offer. After a late-night movie marathon with Modius, Lucy, and Judgment, you were dragging yourself to bed when you noticed light streaming out from underneath Azazel's door. Let me guess. Probably doing her, research. Groggily, you knock on her door. Hold on. What was her voice? Yes? Who is it? Azazel replies in such a chipper tone of voice that makes you question your own sanity and your watch. It is 3 a.m. after all, right? Oh my god. How much binge watching did us four do earlier to be up that late? Azazel, you do realize how late it is, don't you? All of a sudden, the door swings open and you see Azazel standing before you. Holy shit. It's obvious she hasn't slept a wink, but that fact doesn't seem to have fazed her one bit. Oh god, how much research have you done? Oh, hello there, Mr. Taker. Goodness me, is it that late already? I should be getting to bed, shouldn't I? Yes, you should. You peer into the room and notice that Azazel's desk is in even more disarray than usual. After looking at the chaos for a moment, you turn your attention back to the angel. What is it you're always working on anyway? Actually, now that you've brought that up, is she still trying to do her demonology stuff? Whatever it is. Oh! My thesis! Your thesis? Indeed! It is my theory that there is a way to classify everything in existence. Pardon? At first, I thought just to focus on non-living things that are made up of physical matter. But then that raises a whole slew of questions about the quantification of life that I, personally, am not interested in answering. So I expanded it to include living things as well. ... Then I started to think that maybe there's an argument to be made I'm ignoring the fourth dimension entirely, and I should try to include things that once existed as well as things that are yet to exist. Are you trying to call out the fourth wall? Wait, so... And while I'm at it, I really shouldn't discriminate when it comes to things that exist only within heaven or hell. So needed I include things from all the realms? Well, I suppose so, yes. You take a moment to let the absolute onslaught of information sink in. Okay, sinking in done. And I still don't understand. So let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly. You aim to find a way to put everything, all living and non-living things that exist in the past, present, and future from all realms of existence into a simple classification system. Yep. And this is why you're awake at 3 a.m. Yep. ... Alright then, how can I help? At this, Azazel looks at you beaming with the radiance of a newborn star, or a literal angel. In her excitement, she hugs you around the middle, nearly breaking her spine. Wait, her spine or my spine? I'm pretty sure that's a typo. Thank you so much, Mr. Taker! How about we make plans to head out onto the museum tomorrow? As I understand it, they've just got a new exhibit. Yes, I'd love to. Good. Now, please get some sleep. And I should as well. Fortunately, Azazel doesn't knock on your door the next day until the afternoon, giving you enough time to recover on all the sleep you lost the night before. Blarily, you drag yourself out of bed and get ready to go to the museum. Once you're dressed, you answer the door. Ready? Yes, let's go! Keys in hand, you and Azazel get in the car and start off for the city. It's a fair distance away, but Azazel fills much of that time regarding you on all of the intimate details surrounding her thesis and the research she has done so far. Just as the angel is about to launch into an explanation about the merits of quantum physics as it relates to the exploration of the fourth dimension, you arrive at your destination. Good, because I'm pretty sure this might take the entire date. Azazel is the first to get out of the car. She stares up at the building with wide eyes. Is this it? It is. Ready to go in? Ready doesn't even begin to cover it. Suddenly, Azazel loops her arm in yours and whisks you away to the front doors. Oh, hey there now. Together, you step through the enormous doorway and into a massive entry hall with high ceilings and tall windows. Azazel, rendered practically speechless for a while, quickly falls into overstimulation. That's a term for her, overstimulation, as her eyes dart between all of the exhibits within view. Hold on. I'm pretty sure, this place might exactly help with, your thesis. Not really. If you have no preference as to where to start, I say we head for the Paleozoic section and start there. That way we can work our way to the present. Oh, okay. Starting at the time of the dinosaurs. I like the way you think, Mr. Taker. Together the two of you head for the prehistoric exhibits. Having been there before, you know just how much of a maze this place can be. It has exhibits upon exhibits, all interwoven with one another, so that there are many different paths that one can take throughout. Someone who wants to follow the history of firearms will take a very different path throughout the museum from someone who wishes to follow the path of the Zengoku Chidai. However, those two people will, no doubt, cross paths more than once on their own respective journeys. As for yourself, you think it best to start at the chronological beginning, though you neglect to phrase it this way to Azazel, lest you earn yourself another lecture about time as a mortal construct, and work your way up. Truthfully, the museum itself is so massive and so ever-expanding that you've never actually seen all of the exhibits, though you have always wanted to. It's simply too large and too daunting a task. I feel that. I've actually loved to check out the museum, except for the fact that it's just massive. But as you watch Azazel dash from one exhibit to the next, you can't help but feel content in the idea that you two will return here several more times over the coming weeks just to get through it all. All in all, it takes the two of you the better part of the afternoon and early evening to get through just the Paleozoic section. Oh man, that long just to look at the dinosaurs and the Ice Age. Oof. And by the end of it all, you are exhausted. As you head back out to the car, you can't help but notice an even more prominent bounce in Azazel's step. Did you enjoy yourself? More than you ever realize. But I'm still not sure if this will help on your demon thesis or whatever. How about we do this again sometime? I'd like that a lot, Mr. Taker. Must you call me that? Mr. Taker. I mean, we're living together now for like how long? Wouldn't hurt for you to drop the Mr. Would you prefer Mr. The Taker instead? Pfft. Never mind. Huh, that was her date. Huh. We tried to research whatever it is she was researching. And I'm pretty sure we got nowhere. Okay, so these two dates were somehow eventful in their own unique way. And funnily enough, we really did get CGs for the two of them. But I'm pretty sure the final product of this game will. But yeah, that was Zdrada and Azazel for today. So yeah, I'm thinking, I did say that we'll go down the line for this game, but I'm thinking of leaving the queen as the, last but not least. So I think that next week I'll do justice and judgment. So yeah, that'll be the plan for the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed me trying to stop Zdrada from burning down a greenhouse and helping out Azazel in her research, hit that like button and consider subscribing if you want to see more content from me. And with that said, I'll see you around soon.